AI designs its own chips, the new generation of AI millionaires, and the case for an international AI agency. You're watching the AI Report. Like and subscribe to have an advantage in the new AI world, and let's get into it. And this is how it begins. AI will start designing its own chips. Lisa Su, chief executive at AMD, believes that most of the AI chips in the future will be designed with the help of AI tools, or maybe even designed by AI entirely. AI chips are probably one of the most complex inventions in this galaxy, so it makes sense to throw some AI to help with that. Next, Japanese police will unveil a new security system with AI-powered cameras. The cameras will analyze people's movements and behaviors to detect if a person is being sus, and they will have facial recognition as well. So the system learns to detect unusual movements, such as repeatedly looking around, for example. I guess don't look like you're lost if you're in Japan, which, by the way, is the place where you're most likely to look lost in the entire world. The system will also have weapon identification. It will be able to recognize guns and other arms. The main reason Japan is doing this is the two recent high-profile incidents where lone offenders targeted important political figures. Last year, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated, and this year the new Prime Minister Fumio Kishida was almost assassinated. And AI surveillance systems are used not only in Japan but in more than 50 countries at this point, and that number will keep growing. God, I hate this. This may sound strange, but I actually don't do that well on camera. I don't like the pressure. I would hate it if there was a super intelligent camera on every corner, and high-profile incidents like what happened in Japan give the people with an authoritarian wet dream the perfect excuse. Okay, that depresses me, so let's talk about pills that Big Pharma can shove down my throat to solve my depression. According to the FDA, there are shortages of almost 1,500 drugs in the US, with Adderall, everyone's favorite, suffering the most shortages. Well, as usual, AI saves the day. As we've seen in previous episodes, AI is used to develop revolutionary new drugs and other drugs that will help keep the herd in check. Researchers using AI will probably develop an alternative to Adderall that's easier to produce, and there will be no more shortages. Yeah, give the people their pills, I guess. Otherwise, they might start doing unpredictable things, like, I don't know, feel their emotions, get in touch with their bodies, start thinking for themselves, or God forbid start exercising and eating right. Yeah, we don't want that, definitely. Seriously though, there are two sides here. Of course, developing better Adderall is just a band-aid solution for a much bigger problem, and it's not even addressing the root cause, it's just numbing down the symptoms, but that's another video for another channel. The fact of the matter is, AI can produce actual life-saving drugs, ones that are not used by overpartied college students that try to study without getting any sleep. Okay, that was supposed to be a feel-good piece, but a pill will never make you really happy. You know what will make you happy instead? Money. Or at least that's what mainstream media from the 90s brainwashed me to believe. Anyway, let's talk about one of my favorite AI angles. CEO of investment firm RSE Ventures and guy daydreaming about hostile takeovers, Matt Higgins, thinks that AI will be the biggest wealth creator in history. I agree with the entirety of my little capitalist heart. I think I say this at least once every 2 episodes, but I honestly believe that AI will create the most millionaires ever, possibly even more than the internet itself. So, if you missed the .com era, email marketing, blogging, Web 2.0, social media, mobile, and crypto, now is your chance. To be fair though, I do fear that AI may be the biggest wealth creator ever, but the wealth ends up in the hands of a tiny minority of people, mostly the players that are already positioned to benefit from AI. Still, that doesn't give you an excuse not to try. Next, US senators will have a hush-hush briefing in the White House on AI. Yeah, so the process for regulating AI in the US is going as planned. In case you're not familiar with the history of this, watch the previous episode recommended right about now. To recap, the US is looking to foster innovation in AI, not let China and other adversarial players in the field take lead on AI, and also not destroying the world is somewhere on their list of priorities. And finally, speaking of not destroying the world, 2 AI experts, Gary Marcus and Anka Royal, believe that there should be a global agency for regulating AI. Actually, that's the position of many AI experts. The potential for things going wrong is enormous. Misinformation and bias and propaganda are just the tip of the iceberg. Custom bioweapons, ultra-powerful monopolies, various other AI weapons that kids will be able to create from the comfort of their tree houses. There's just so much that can go wrong. And not that I'm an expert on AI, but I also agree that some sort of international body that would oversee the development of AI could be very beneficial. AI is being pursued not just by companies, but by countries as well. It may easily be the case that the country that gets to artificial general intelligence first becomes the most powerful country in the world. And it may easily be the case that that particular country doesn't necessarily value free speech and free markets and other beautiful concepts that many of us kind of take for granted, honestly. Now, the problem with such a hypothetical international agency for overseeing AI would be that it would probably have no real teeth. Even if the most important global players agree to somehow participate in such an entity, it may not actually have any real influence. Good luck trying to make Putin or China play ball on this. Sadly, it seems like for now the best we can hope for is the good guys win the AI race. And by good guys, I mean the little less evil guys. And by win, I mean build AI systems in ways that don't destroy too many lives and bury our planet under the ground. Well, it seems like the stakes in the AI race keep increasing, and that's the way it is. That was the AI Report. Just hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.